Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anna Manuel. Some road closures are still in effect in Horseheads, where investigators continue searching a home where they found explosive materials. Our Sonia Ellison reports an arrest has been made. She joins us now with the latest on the investigation.
State troopers have closed off this area between East Franklin and Broad Street after a search warrant was executed on 207 South Main Street and hazardous materials were found. Police are naming 43-year-old Horseheads man Michael Hilliard as a suspect in this ongoing investigation involving the FBI.
State police confirmed Hilliard as a suspect during a press conference. He's charged with criminal possession of a weapon. Troopers say he was arrested Saturday in Newfield after they stopped his U-Haul and found hazardous materials inside. Sunday morning, state police blocked off the area in Horseheads, telling residents to leave while they searched Hilliard's home. Hilliard is being held at the Chemung County Jail. He's also believed to be connected to an explosive found November 6th on Merca Road in the town of Veteran. The state police bomb disposal unit and FBI were able to make the explosive safe. An FBI investigation led to Hilliard as a suspect. The FBI, State Fire, state police, and local crews worked today to dispose of the hazardous materials found at Hilliard's home. Though Horseheads residents are shocked and have a lot of questions, no one we talked to wanted to comment on camera. One Horseheads resident off camera did describe the incident as very shocking, but added, quote, "The fact that response time by law enforcement was very swift was comforting to our community." On Facebook, one local woman commented, "Thankful the police and FBI were able to arrest the person responsible." One woman asked, quote, "Why Merca Road in Veteran? Where was he going?" Another posted, quote, "Does this mean he did this alone or had help?" So many questions not being answered. As the investigation continues, the Horseheads community hopes for closure and that they finally get answers to their many questions about the explosive material found in their neighborhood. Sonia Ellison, Big Fox News, Horseheads.
A semi-truck carrying paper products tipped over in the eastbound lane heading toward Elmira at exit 56 late Sunday night, causing an accident and closure. According to Chemung County Sheriff's Office, the driver of the semi does not remember what caused him to crash. No serious injuries were reported, and the scene was cleared by 1 this morning, with traffic reopened. Bulk leaf pickup began today for the city of Elmira and wraps up on December 21st. Leaves can be brought into the city compost site for drop-off, but residents are asked to remove bags before the drop-off. You can also rake leaves to the area between the curb and sidewalk for pickup by city crews. For areas without sidewalks, rake the leaves as close to the curb or street as possible. In areas without lawns between curb and sidewalk, rake the leaves to the curb line, but not in the street. For safety, you must not rake leaves onto the street, and you're asked to leave room for convenient pedestrian travel. Congress is running out of time to avert a government shutdown, putting the new House Speaker Mike Johnson to the test. Alexandria Hoff is following the status from Washington.
It's the same government shutdown showdown, this time with a new speaker.
The last thing we want to see is a government shutdown.
Louisiana Republican Mike Johnson unveiled a two-step plan over the weekend to avoid a partial shutdown before Friday. His stopgap spending bill would extend funding for some agencies until mid-January and others until early February. It's an unconventional move, but Johnson says the bill would prevent Congress from scrambling to pass a massive omnibus bill around the holidays.
This two-tier, we're hoping works. We've got a handful of members that, for various reasons, don't like the Israeli money mixed with Ukraine money, mixed with military funding overall. It's a little bit confusing.
Speaker Johnson's plan does not include the funding requested by the White House for Israel and Ukraine. The White House saying it would put national security at risk, writing in part, quote, "This proposal is just a recipe for more Republican chaos and more shutdowns, full stop." Even some fellow Republicans are expected to oppose the laddered continuing resolution bill.
It's tougher, to actually do than say, as the new speaker is finding out. The dynamics are the same under him as they were under Kevin McCarthy.
Even if Johnson can push his proposal through the House, it's still unclear if the Senate would embrace the two-step measure. In Washington, Alexandria Hoff, Fox News.
Donald Trump Jr. taking the stand again in the Trump Organization civil fraud trial. The The eldest son of former President Donald Trump is seen at the witness table in a Manhattan court today ahead of his testimony. Don Jr. is a witness for the defense this time about his role in the Trump's real estate empire when he took office in 2017. He was grilled by prosecutors about 2 weeks ago and testified he never worked on his father's financial statements, saying he left that work to the experts. His brother and fellow Trump Organization Executive Vice President Eric Trump and Trump's daughter have also testified. The Republican presidential field has narrowed once again. South Carolina Senator Tim Scott announcing he has suspended his campaign for the White House. As Doug Luzader reports from Washington, it comes as President Biden also is facing a high-stakes week of his own.
Tim Scott tried to stress a positive message. He tried to rise above the fray, but he just wasn't getting the traction he was looking for. And here's what he told us last night.
I am suspending my campaign. I think the voters, who are the most remarkable people on the planet, have been really clear that they're telling me, not now, Tim.
Not now, says Tim Scott, making his exit just 4 days after the most recent Republican debate in Miami. His effort to rise above the rest of the field, to steer clear of sharp elbows and attacks on his opponents, fell short.
I do think that sometimes optimism in the midst of chaos isn't seen through the proper prism.
And that prism now is tough to make out. Former President Trump remains the clear GOP frontrunner, even as former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley appeared to enjoy a bounce after last week's debate.
Not only are we surging in the polls, if you look in the swing states, it shows that we beat Biden by 10 to 13 points.
President Biden's backers, though, point to last week's off-year election results, which largely favored Democrats, arguing the president's message is getting through. But he also faces divisions within his own party over his support for Israel. There's a possible government shutdown looming, and on Wednesday, he'll go toe-to-toe with Chinese leader Xi Jinping.
To show the American people that sitting down with Xi Jinping can defend American interests and also deliver progress on the priorities of the American people.
Now, as for Tim Scott, he says he will return to the campaign trail, but he will not yet commit to any particular candidate. In Washington, Doug Luzader, Fox News.
It's shaping up to be an up and down week for our forecast. We'll find out more next. Plus this.
Airlines brace for millions of passengers to hit the skies this Thanksgiving. I'm Jonathan Seri in Atlanta. I'll have details coming up.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Good evening and happy Monday. As we've been working our way into the middle of November, we've been under some roller coaster conditions. We've been going from Wednesday through Thursday, bringing that warming, then having some gradual cooling. Even today, we were topping off into the 50s underneath some mixed sunshine and some cloud cover. But now we're looking at those temperatures falling as there is a frontal system that is swinging through. It is bringing us more of that cloud cover, maybe some isolated precipitation, and pulling in a stronger northwesterly wind. Now, as that frontal system pushes in, it's not going to bring us frigid air overnight, holding us just around those mid-30s with some of that cloud cover. But what we'll note is that as that system pushes in, we are going to quickly work back underneath the high pressure system, which is going to bring us some gradual changes, along with some gradual brightening of the skies, as well as some gradual warming as we roll through the middle of the week. And we'll hold on to these conditions through about Thursday before we will see some breezy showers that will set up as we head into Friday evening. And then that system again is also going to be fast moving, which brings back some seasonal sunshine for the weekend. So the good news is with the roller coasters, this roller coaster pattern this week is that there's more sunshine than not, but we're still going to have some active changes. Now, one of those changes is taking place. A frontal system is dropping in, causing for some lake effect rain and snow showers there off Lake Ontario through the Finger Lakes area, looking to be very minor accumulation. And as we roll into our Tuesday afternoon, we should be able to bring in some of those brighter skies, even allowing for temperatures to just top off into those upper 40s. So a touch cooler than today, as today we were within those low 50s, but holding just around those mid to upper 40s is our seasonable high for this time of the year. And again, a little bit of that precipitation possible, mostly through the Finger Lakes, not expecting that to work down through the local area, but do keep yourself wary for the morning hours, and then by the afternoon, you'll need those sunglasses again. Now, with clearing skies that are working in, clear conditions, as well as a little bit of a cooler air mass from that northwesterly flow, it will allow for low temperatures to fall within those 20s as we head into Wednesday morning. But we'll note that as we head into Wednesday afternoon, we'll bump those temperatures right back up above normal, even by 10 degrees. We're looking at 58 degrees with that normal high settling around 48. Now, note that as we head into our Wednesday, we are going to be returning quickly to a southerly wind. Not too strong, though. We'll keep it light through Thursday, still continuing warming, and then we will head into our Friday with that southerly wind, but some gusty winds. And then as we go from that southerly wind on Friday, it is going to become northwesterly on Saturday, initiating that roller coaster weather pattern. So at least through the middle of the week, though, it's all about the sunshine, even getting temperatures back up into those low to mid 60s on Thursday. And you are going to want to get out and enjoy those 60s. There seems to be a far out look of a change up that could be coming towards the end of November, and that's going to start to bring more winter-like conditions. So enjoy these 60-degree days. Might be able to see some sunshine Friday morning, but then that cold front will bring showers and then some cooling, but we should see some weekend sunshine quickly return.